fucking horrible things. There's nothing more shameful and deplorable than slavery. But where we are now as a country is pretty remarkable, and I think it's okay. I'm not the most patriotic person, but I'm like proud to be an American, sure. I've grown up in a generation where I've idolized black people my entire life. They're better at everything. Everything. Like fucking music, entertainment, sure, sports, fucking better. So the fact that we pulled off slavery, I've already said it was fucking horrible. I'm just saying, it's kind of neat. I mean, at any point, they could have been like, you know we can just run away, right? You will never catch us. And if you do, we will beat the living shit out of you. It's about how well that joke should go over. The fine line between appreciating the sarcasm and this feeling like a rally. As long as I don't hear people going, yeah! Like any of that during that joke, and I fucking shut it down. No, wrong people. I saw a sign that said, first month's rent, $1 at a storage unit complex. And that seems like a fair deal. I'm guessing that's a cash transaction. Here's your $1. They give you a key or something? I don't know. I've never had a storage unit. I'm looking forward to it. What am I going to put in there? Oh, this is where it gets interesting. Tons of fake treasure. That's it. Just wall-to-wall fake gold, big chest, a crown in there. Maybe a skeleton off in the corner. Then month 2's going to roll around. Guess who's going delinquent on their storage unit? Well, you don't think I can come up with another email address? I don't give a shit. I'm going home waiting for this episode of Storage Wars. Time to watch some hill people over bid. Pop open that locker like, oh, you're getting the jackpot. No, I'm definitely interested in this one. I'm gonna bid. Standing there with their dumb flashlight. I think a ghost has guarded the good stuff in the back. Anytime your livelihood depends on you uttering the phrase, I got a good hunch about this one. Know that you've made a lot of mistakes. Don't put stickers on your car. Despite what you think they say, no, they read, I'm poor. Nobody gives a shit who you cheer for or what you believe in. Just drive faster. And God forbid if you lost a loved one. Do you think the best way to memorialize him is by turning your Honda Civic into a movie tribute? Don't. Because the only thing that makes me want to do is T-bone you so you and Junebug can finally be together again. My morning commute is depressing enough. Now I'm stuck behind you and your work problem. Trying to figure out how old this shithead was in the first place. Not enough information. I gotta pull up next to you. This is uncomfortable. Is he a Gemini by chance? 15. Too soon. Speed it up. Some of us aren't dead. I have a rear view camera in my car that I taped a picture of my ex-girlfriend to. So every morning when I back out of my driveway for a split second, I get real excited. Don't text and drive, it's the law. Way to fast track the big issues in this country. You can't text and drive. Do you can do? Write a letter longhand while driving. That's completely legal. I would argue just as dangerous. I don't know if I can get martyred for this issue, but I'll do it. Get on the freeway, get up to around 80. Dear Grandma, how are you? About 12, 13 people. Oh shit, should we make that illegal? Have you seen the campaign to stop texting and driving? Where they show you a text, be right. Was it worth it? I don't know, were you trying to get pussy at 3 in the morning? life, and you're texting your buddy, you're never gonna believe who, and then boom. You just went out on top. Congratulations. It wasn't gonna get better, I promise. You can't text and drive, but you can have a 3-course Taco Bell meal in your lap at 2 in the morning. Everyone knows you're drunk as shit, and you ought to be arrested as soon as you place the order. I'm sorry, I'm gonna need you to step out of the car. That's one too many gorditas. Why do people make a big deal about last meals in prison? What do you want for your last meal? I don't know. Kind of lost my appetite. I'm going to be murdered tomorrow. Well, you have to eat something. We'll make it a burrito. You're going to clean some shit up. Yeah, not neither one of us are looking forward to tomorrow. I saw a story where a guy was stabbed 682 times. Can we all agree that that's a lot? Do you know how long it would take to stab somebody 682 times? I did the math, don't rack your brain. At 2 stabs per second, which I believe is a doable rate. That's 5 minutes and 45 seconds of just stabbing someone. That's not even factoring in getting tired, having to switch to your non-dominant hand. The guy lived. Yeah. There's your upside for obesity, America. Get back in line and get home with a plate of barbecue just on the off chance you get stabbed 682 times. You'll walk it off. I get road rage sometimes. That's embarrassing. I'm an adult. I gotta calm down. Can't be throwing my car in the park on the freeway, jumping out. What are you gonna do? I have nothing to back it up. I'm not a violent person. I've never been in a fight in my life. It's crazy. One time recently in California, I was driving. I was in the middle lane, going the speed limit, and I saw a car aggressively cutting people off, changing lanes. He was coming toward me. It was my turn to help him out, and I chose not to. Yeah, steady as she goes. And he got real upset, but I didn't do anything wrong. I wasn't nice, but I didn't do anything wrong. And he gets up behind me, he's hitting his horn, he's flipping me off. I see his wedding ring, and his wife's in the front seat. And I'm like, no chance, buddy. There's no way you can go to the level of crazy that I'm about to. Not with your wife sitting next to you. Like at some moment she's gonna have to, just stop it, let's go, I'm scared. So I get real brave. I start brake checking him over and over, slamming on my brakes. I'm flipping him off, yelling horrible things. I got my windshield wiper fluid on. I've literally cleared my calendar. I'm doing nothing for the rest of my life except fucking with this car behind me. We are going 20 miles an hour on the freeway at this point. Then my exit comes up, and I'm like, all right, enough of this. I get off, and then he aggressively gets off the freeway as well. And that's when the real Daniel came crashing back. I'm like, oh, shit. That's not his wife, that's a hooker he's gonna murder anyway. This is what may separate me from you. If you've ever been in a situation where you're like, oh, I should have said this, know that I always say it. Immediately, no thought, just I noticed behind the off-ramp there was a large black homeless man with a sign that just said food. And I aggressively drove toward him, and this guy right in my bumper, slammed on my brakes to a dead stop so he's pinned behind me, he can't go around. I roll my window down, I give the guy $20, and I say, you need to go crazy on the car behind me. You'll never believe what he said. Yes, sir. What the fuck, thank you? Like it was the most normal request. Yep, that's what that cost. He jumped in front of the car, both hands on the hood, just started screaming. Meanwhile, I'm like, oh fuck, he's gonna murder him too. guy, that's probably not even the worst decision he's made today. So I take off, but I shoot the driver one last look, and he gives it to me, which I appreciate. Like, you won. And I've never felt better about anything in my entire life. Because you know for the rest of his life, every time he gets in the car with his wife, she's like, you remember the one time with that one little bitch? Maybe I should try one. Next time you lose your cool, calm down. Find a homeless person, pay them to do it for you. Play it safer, feel better about yourself. And the only part of that story I embellished even the slightest bit was the amount of money that I gave him. And I just like thinking I'm giving out 20s. He's fancy. That was the time I had road rage, and I won. I've had road rage before I lost. When I was really young, I say I was young because I want you to know that I don't approve of what I said. I was in California, I was in my Acura, had a moonroof. Yeah, I was doing pretty well. Getting good. It was open, and I was yelling at a guy in a delivery truck. I don't even remember what we were fighting over, it was so long ago. But at one point, I screamed, well, that's why you have to work on Saturday, you piece of shit. And then he spit a mouthful of Doritos into my car. So I lost that one. If a man spits a mouthful of Doritos into your car, you have two options. You can get a machete and murder his entire family, or you can be like, well played. I'm gonna go clean up. Here's something I don't understand about our country. Our unemployment rate is at 7.6%, and that's not good. But if it gets like 6.8%, people are like, oh, well, that's acceptable. I just don't get the difference. I wish a politician would have the balls to say what I'm about to. 10% of Americans don't deserve jobs. I'm okay with that. Of course, there's exceptions to that. That's not who I'm talking about. But if you don't think 10% of Americans are lazy pieces of shit, then you have never traveled anywhere. The number that blows me away is that over 90% of Americans have jobs. Who the fuck is hiring all you morons? Because I wouldn't. The sense of entitlement, everyone thinks they deserve more than they have, no one's content. I won't even talk to young kids anymore, they're the worst. What do you want to do when you get older? I want to be famous like you. That is never going to happen. Never. You have no chance. I can't stress that more. I didn't get to this level because I work hard. I have a gift from God. Everybody gets their 15 minutes of fame, buddy. Excuse me, that's an average. Yeah, that's 0 for you. You, 20 years. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Everybody gets their 15 minutes of fame. Stare at a can of soup and pretend it's art. Yeah, because Andy Warhol was on drugs when he fucking said that. You know what the unemployment rate in China is? Neither do I, because I'm American and fucking stupid. Yes, that's lower. Those people get up at 3 in the morning to practice the violin for 4.5 hours. And they work on math for 12 hours, and whatever's left, they're ninjas. If you think for 1 second we will ever catch up with them, you are out of your goddamn mind. So just sit at home and be patient until they take over. Quite frankly, they deserve our country. They've already bought it. Oh shit, China's here. Do we take off our shoes? How does this work? They gonna make us build iPads now? Hopefully we'll have those fun suicide nets that they have. Do you know about those outside the iPad? They have suicide nets where their employees can jump out, bounce right back in. Like, sorry boss, just need some fresh air. You have to make an American's iPads? You got it. It's not funny to laugh at, but just turn a blind eye. But enjoy your technology. You want me to fix all the environmental problems on this planet? I can do it. The solution's simple and realistic, but you won't help, and that's the problem. Stop having kids. You hear that? You hear what's going on? That's not enough people. That's why we have to contaminate the water. Because we can't trust all of you. But that's all that has to happen. If the planet just stopped having kids, we could have the greatest party for the next 60 to 70 years, just pissing through all the natural resources. It would be amazing. But what happens? Some of you get selfish. I failed, you tried. That's what I think of families. Being selfish. I'm not saying China has the right idea when it comes to children, but they are closer. They're the smartest people on the planet. If they think boys are more important and 2 should be the cap, that's good enough for me. We have a TV show in our country called 19 and Counting. Yeah, not 19, oh, what the fuck happened here? 19 and Counting, because guess what? They're Americans and they ain't done. Get out of my bedroom, government. Do you think you can be a good parent to 19 kids? Because the answer is you can't. You can't be a good parent to 3 kids. Do you know how I know that? Because my parents had 4. What are you going to do when one of them asks, who do you love more? I love you all the same. But really? A 19-way tie? Fuck you, Mom. And you deserve that kind of language. You can't sell a 19-way tie to anyone. You're going to have to be honest with those kids. Like, all right, let's see, 5-year retarded, so you're out. I love you. I just want to focus on kids I don't have to raise till they're 50. If we can line up the ones that have eyelids, that would make this easier. Not sure why the ginger's staring at me. You have no shot. What? You think I enjoy dunking you in a tub of sunblock just to bring you outside? You can't. What is your X-Men power besides killing every boner in every room you walk into? I tease redheads, you're just as pretty as prettier people and prettier men. Can't mock redheads, that's what's funny now. Really? It's like saying blue eyes are prettier than brown. They are. The reason so many people in this country keep having litters of children are all the fertility drugs. You're not going to like this joke, heads up. In my crowds. Know that if you were having to take tons of fertility drugs to get pregnant, that is God just saying you'd be an awful parent. Yeah. Maybe if you weren't such a cunt in your 30s, you'd be a mother in your 40s. Let's get this straight. I don't want to do that joke. I have to do that joke. Because statistically, that will ruin at least 2 people's night this evening. And for some horrible reason which I can't explain, that brings me joy. To know that there's a woman in here right now just going, fuck him! I deserve a family too! No, you don't. You don't. It's called the American dream for a reason. It's unrealistic and it won't happen for everyone. Now, why don't you adopt a child? It's a good point. You ever seen an orphanage? I ask this from time to time because I know the answer. You haven't. It's a real problem in this country. There's kids that need home, yet where they're located is a goddamn mystery. You think location would be a crucial part of their business plan. No one's ever given me directions to their place. But like, you go to the orphanage, you take a right, my house is right there. Where's that new coffee shop opening up? Oh, it's next to the orphanage that's been there forever that we all know about? You ever go to a grocery store on a Saturday and out front they have a pin set up for rescue dogs? I'm not implying putting the orphans in with the fucking dogs. I'm just saying that's a problem and they bring it to us. That's smart. Now set up a nicer pin in the shade. You can afford Whole Foods, you can afford another kid. And if you can't, put some hand sanitizer, sit there and play for 5 minutes. Don't be selfish. Life is about perspective. For me, being handicapped is like being employee of the month for the rest of your life.